Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do a Patreon request from this patron right here. Let's check out Blood Incantation. The name of the song is Slave Species of the Gods.
Of the gods.
Of the Gods. I always like to say it with my Floki accent.
I always
Gods.
just like to say it in a Norwegian accent because then whenever I think of gods, I just think of Viking shows.
Is that where he goes to
Yeah.
in your mind? Doesn't go like to Zeus? Like
No,
Greek
no.
mythology? Like JC? No?
No. It's because JC is a god.
Well, he's the son of God.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him a god. He's,
But there's
well, technically, I guess.
the gods is more.
The gods. When I think of the gods, I also think of Greek mythology because they have plenty of gods. You know, Zeus and all those guys.
Yeah, but that comes after
Apollo.
But that comes after.
Not a Creed. That's a different guy.
Apollo Creed.
That's a different guy.
No, but for me that comes after Norse mythology.
Oh, so you rank in the scale in the pyramid of gods. You rank Norse mythology at the top. Odin at the top.
It's the coolest one.
You're not gonna get a disagreement from me because you know the Romans had a lot of different gods too.
Really?
Yeah, the Romans before the Romans became Catholic, before they converted, they had like different.
God?
Oh, I don't know about that, but they had the god of love. They had the god of war. They had some of the gods.
Was it?
Were the same?
Achilles was one of them, right?
No, Achilles was not a god. Achilles was the guy who got struck with the arrow on his Achilles tendon. That's why it's called Achilles.
That's the only reason why he can die, though.
That was his only weakness.
That was his only weakness. Was Achilles.
It was like Samson with his hair. Have you heard of that? He was not a god either. His strength was in his hair. He had long hair, and that's how he was strong. He was like superhuman strength. And then when he cut his hair, he lost his strength. Oh. He was a metalhead. I think that whole thing there is a metalhead. There's a little bit of a metalhead story there.
My strength comes from my hair.
The motto is metalheads don't want to cut their hair, so I think that's where that story came from. You know, somebody whose mother wanted him to cut his hair, and he's like, no,
that's my strength.
That's my strength. Yeah, I think so too. All right, Blood Incantation, Slave Species of the Gods. Patreon request. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's check this out. Wow. I want to hear your opinion, but before you say something, I really want to find out if am I the only one. When I heard this song, when the song started, and the more I got into it, if I didn't know that this is a new track, I would say this is like a throwback Thursday to like the early '90s, like late '80s, early '90s death metal scene.
Yeah,
it sounded like Massacre mixed in with Cancer.
Also,
like
the whole video kind of looks like something that would be made like
the video kind of reminds me a little bit of that same era of videos. Like Napalm Death used to do videos like very psychedelic, very trippy, very psychedelic. So the video kind of reminds me almost like of a Napalm Death style video from that same time period. But the music really reminded me of Massacre and Cancer, like in death metal in general from that era, like late 80s, like early 90s, like 91, 92, around that time period. If I didn't know, like I said, if I didn't know this is a new track,
it
because I think
feels very throwback.
Yeah, if totally. If you didn't tell me who it is, you just played this for me, I was like, wow, you're listening to like death metal from the early 90s? That's the first thing I would say, because it has that kind of, at least to me, and
sound.
And you guys watching at home, let me know in the comment section.
It has the
but
sound,
to me,
and the whole video has the feel of it.
Yeah, I realized this. I believe this is from their latest album, so it's definitely like it's super recent. So it's not a throwback, but wow, what a throwback sound! Like, wow, really, like that's the first thing that I was like. I was thinking to myself, if nobody told me who this was and you just played this track for me, I would be like, wow, you guys are digging up some deep cuts from that time period. And then when you watch the video, super trippy. It's like psychedelic. It adds to the music though.
Yeah, it does, and it only makes you think even more of it being a throwback.
Yeah, like I said, it had a little bit of a psychedelic feel to it, and Napalm Death used to use some of these same elements in their videos. I think Suffer the Children has a little bit of this psychedelic stuff into it. And I think that one is live too, like this one, live with studio sound, and I think it's a little bit psychedelic. We did that video on the channel. I can't remember. I mean, since we did that video on the channel, I haven't watched that video since, so I can't really recollect too much of it. But I could swear it has a little bit of this. But anyways, what did you think of Blood Incantation?
I mean, I feel like we've gone already over the.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of went, but give us a little bit of a rundown.
But to me, I really did think this is like some throwback stuff, and it's fast, heavy as hell. At points, it just kind of just stops a bit, and then it goes back and it becomes even heavier.
Super dynamic from that perspective. It changes like on a dime.
And then it changes its pace too, because sometimes it's very slow, and then you can feel it picking up the pace, and then it kind of slows down again, and then it stops, and then goes back. Yeah, it's kind of just like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it does have that feel to it, and every element of the song has that same roller coaster feel. The vocals, the guitars, and the drums. The drums go from being super intense and super aggressive to be almost just more slow pace, keeping up with the tempo. And then they go into this like barrage, and then it changes again. The guitar is the same thing, like kind of migrating from style to style, moving it all over the place. The vocals feel like they're coming from like the deepest parts of hell, though. Like absolutely like so powerful. Like the vocals themselves, it's like a thick steak. Yeah. Like they just sound like they have so much volume coming through. Absolutely insane how thick the volume sounds on those vocals. But what a great track. I mean, to me, like I said, the beauty of this track for me is that it reminds me of old school death metal. That to me is the beauty that appealed to me right away. I was listening to it, and I was watching the video, and I'm like, wow, I'm back in 1991 or 1992, around that time. Yeah. It just had that feel. Video and song. All right, guys, that was a nice Patreon request, I must say. Yeah. All right, guys, this is it for today. Come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.